to this war. Now, they retreated, and there was a time frame. That is what's important. They they are not going to let Iran win, of course. Israel is not going to let Iran win and just submit, of course, right? What is the catch here? Israel right now is doing what they're actually the best: assassination and psychological warfare. Since 2008, 2009, I forgot the date. Sorry, guys. You guys can Google it. I don't know. Uh, Especially it was I think during the Obama that they officially back before that it
I'm
was
just
used to
gonna
be
interrupt you
covered.
just one
Right?
one quick second.
Yeah.
Is Sully here?
Yeah, bro.
All right. Yeah. No, I wasn't sure because I'm pretty sure the presence been going on for a while. I wasn't sure if you were still here.
Yeah, I was just about to interrupt him. If you could just land your plane, because it's
Yes,
long,
yes. I'm
been
going to
a
finish.
really long monologue.
That, yes, I'll finish that. Give me a minute, Suleiman. So the thing is, just like now, the whole game right now became a time thingy, right? The time that US are trying to, US is trying to figure out how to deal with Iran right now. If they have think tanks, everything, they have put all those things just to figure out how to counterattack this issue, which is hypersonics. On the other hand, um, Israel is trying to do with all those FPVs and everything. Tries, and aside from FPVs, they're doing assassination. They have like killed the head of the IRGC's intelligence and those stuff. Maybe I don't know. There's still lots of other people that they want to assassinate through all the why all those I don't know, they're spies, they're traitor, whatever that you want to call them. In this time frame, they try to assassinate as much as people that they can to kneel Iran, and Iran, in the same time frame, tries to launch as much as attack to hit their infrastructure. So, and US is trying to, in the meantime, find a way to counterattack. Who wins here, and who makes the other opponent kneel? That is going to, determine what's going to happen. It's the right now. It's not a game of power. It's a game of time. Sorry, guys, if it's too long.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Appreciate you coming on, Space. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin, jump in.
Thanks, Mike. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Just want to make sure the audio was working well. Thank you for having me up here. Of course, the news in the last little bit is about United States Air refueling aircraft headed over to, the Middle East. They've got assets being transferred now from Ukraine into the Middle East.
Kevin, your mic is really low. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I'll try fixing that. Let's see here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, the news in the last little bit is that U.S. is transferring air refueling aircraft to the Middle East, and that they're transferring defense assets from Ukraine over to the Middle East. What I see is that this is a progression that's going on where they start by shooting down Iranian missiles coming in, and now they do the refueling for Israeli offensive aircraft. I think the direction that they're going in is towards a potential war with Iran by the U.S., which is really disappointing considering that, Trump gave some credence to the possibility that he might listen to folks like Tucker Carlson, but it looks like he's more leaning into towards the Mark Levin, AEI type crowd. What I got to say towards that is that there's this question of, well, are they going to do a regime change? Are they going to do this? And it's like, and I'm looking at this situation, just like they're going to lose even if they try. Like the idea that the U.S. is going to take down Iran, Iraq style isn't going to work. I think obviously you got 91 million people in Iran. It's a far more hardened and serious country in terms of its military capability. And even Netanyahu admitted today that they have about 3,500 ballistic missiles still to looking at creating another Libya, essentially. So this idea out there that, oh, everything's going to be okay if they just do their little regime change. That's the propaganda that a lot of these guys are promoting on the mainstream media right now. It's like, no, it's just going to turn into a large, disaster, essentially. And of course, that's what they want. They want to destabilize the region. Israel's the most destabilizing force there. And what's really troubling about the situation, I'll wrap this up, is just that my worry is that if the U.S. doesn't actually go through with it, and other Western countries such as the UK potentially being in that coalition, if they don't go through with it, my worry is that Israel's going to turn its covert ops against Western countries, just like they've been doing all this time. They've obviously killed U.S. Troops. They've stolen secrets from U.S., UK, etc. How do we know that they're not going to be the ones using nukes and then try to blame it on Iran? Try to say, oh, it was the Iranians that nuked the port of Baltimore. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they're pushing towards this direction of you're either going to do what we say or we're going to basically go Samson style on you, basically. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Somebody brought Mariah up.
Maria.
How are the bagels today?
The bagels are great. How are you guys? I miss you.
Did the test the same in the bunker?
I'm sorry to disappointed you, Suleiman. I'm stuck. I cannot go back to Israel because there is no plane. They closed
Where are
Ben
you?
Gurion. I was on the way home, and now I don't have a way to go back home.
Yeah, I heard they blew up David Ben Gurion Airport. Where are you gonna land?
Oh, it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
There's,
I guess the
yeah,
Palestinians get their land back, huh?
I don't know what are you talking about. Where is it?
Wherever it is you live, I guess your property's gone, huh?
I live in
Palestinians gonna take it
Israel.
over.
I live in Israel.
And they have to do repeated strikes, which makes them vulnerable if they're gonna have to go back to the scene of the crime. So it's a tough call, and I believe Iran's been preparing for this moment, so they're anticipating it, and I believe they've got some surprises we haven't seen yet. They've already got some missiles they haven't even used yet that are faster, that are they can do more damage, they have more payload, and can wipe out Israel if they wanted to. Though they won't because Palestinians are there, but they might have a shot at those B2s, B-52s, because
Another
Russia's
thing to
got the
consider too,
equivalents.
Truth. Another thing to
Sorry,
consider too, the cyber aspect of it. Like a lot of people underestimate Iran's capabilities, but
that's huge.
after the fiasco back in the Olympic Games, and you had the Natanz facility, they took over all of that cyber in those 0 days. So they've
Hey,
really stepped up their cyber along with their nuclear.
can I throw something in related to that too? You have to remember that Iran has been pretty much fighting NATO through the supplying drones and other warfare to help support Russia for the past couple years. So they've got a lot of experience, and you might think that, oh, it's some kind of a backward society, but they're not only experienced, but they had every kind of NATO's coalitions throwing all their test weapons through Ukraine, and they've been developing and supplying, and they've been helping Russia a lot. So that experience is
I got a
with
question
without
for you.
without
The
price.
difference is Ukraine has 20-year-old weapons from the U.S. and Israel has modern weapons from the
Well,
U.S.
wait a
Where were
second.
those
Wait a
air defense
second.
systems today?
Excuse me. We're not going to count Abraham tanks, and we're not going to count all the other um, F-16 fighters. We're not going
F-16s,
to
yeah.
count all the drones. The level of drone warfare that has been happening in Ukraine is unlike anything we've seen on this earth. And likewise, sure, to give Israel some credit, they probably were part of the same strategic planning for the spiderweb operation that took out a couple
Some of
Russian
Ukraine's
bombers.
weapons came from Israel,
But
actually.
right.
Sorry
And
to interrupt you,
so I'm telling you. So
Anti-NSA.
wait, can you let me finish 1 second? So, and not only that, but you have to understand. So Russia has got a lot of sanctions, and Iran has been helping Russia tremendously with moving money, and China getting 50% of its oil from Iran, and having the railroad just completed, and having China already delivered a plane of military supplies. It might be speculative, but as you've heard Iran say numerous times, they have stuff that you have no idea about, and I'm sure that China has provided them stuff to use, and underneath the terms that only use it if it's an existential threat. China has spoken out in force against Israel, unlike any other world geopolitical event. They didn't speak out. They said something small about what's happening in Gaza, but when it came to the attacks on Israel, they were quick to step up. Now, we know that Pakistan has stepped up, but I'm sure right now that why everybody's sitting here and speculating on if the US is going to join and if France is going to join. And of course they're already joining, but you don't understand. Russia has already helped tremendously Iran, and China has helped in ways you cannot even imagine. And everybody else and all the generals on NATO side, they're speculating, is China going to join? And I don't think that they're ready for that at all. And if you take a look at those hypersonic missiles, let me tell you something. China's hypersonic missile technology is the best in the world, and in their arsenals, they have a lot of really great anti-ship missiles like you haven't even seen yet. So if if America joins and NATO joins and they truly go through Iran's to have a complete regime change, I could almost guarantee you, if the NATO doesn't back off, because they know very well that those aircraft carriers are sitting ducks to hypersonic and to ship missiles what China has, and you could be damn sure that with Iran's underwater base and their navy, which is not out of commission, they can cause World War III level damage. So unlike Israel, who's going on a rampage here, they need help. They're getting that with half the size of Delaware. Are you kidding me? I mean, they're biting off more. They're counting. Israel is drunk with power, and they think, and I think that they're overplaying their hand. They think that the U.S. is going to come in, but the U.S., you have to remember, they couldn't handle Yemen, and they lost 2 F-18 Hornets, and their aircraft carrier was damaged, and look at the cost of that. Do you think
that we're
that
going
they're
to
going to jeopardize aircraft carriers? And they know, they've seen the drone. Look at what happened. I mean, do we not remember what happened with the Black Sea Fleet and underwater drones? You know that Iran has underwater drones. This is,
Sorry,
you know,
anti-NSA, like 3 minutes ago, you said you were going to land your plane.
I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't mean to take my time. I didn't hear what you said clearly, but anyways, I'll give the mic up, but I don't hear you say, I mean, to everybody needs to keep that in mind when talking about Iran in the mix. It's not just Iran, and they did a hell of a job today, but there's a lot more that's happening than what's immediately happened today. Don't forget the big picture. I gotta go. Sorry.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Let's go to oh, Gary dropped it. Let's go to Omar. Omar, thanks for joining us. What's your thoughts?
Hello, guys. Salam alaikum, brother Sulaiman. Thank you for having me. I'm riveted to Arabic news. I don't watch Sky News. It's there's no news there. Can't watch any American news, any of the networks, and I feel that I'm getting quite a bit of reliable information from Al Jazeera and from Al Arabi, not Al Arabiya, but Al Arabi. And a couple of days ago, there was talk about Pakistan delivering missiles. In some people cast some doubts about that, but Pakistan confirmed today that they're going to participate explicitly with anything that Iran requires, which means that they're saying indirectly that if there's anything that has to do with, you know, bigger bombs or something like that, or nuclear bombs, they're not saying it directly, you know. I did hear some talk about Iran having the weapons already. I mean, is there any information that's reliable to say that the Iranians might have any nuclear weapons? Anybody knows?
Just posturing.
Just posturing, you think it's not the case?
Well, they might have ran a test today. It's possible, you know, by the
Yeah, but
border
they're
of
not going to reveal
Pakistan.
that, though.
No, absolutely not. They
Yeah.
don't. You'll find out about it when they want you to know about it.
Right. So my thinking, you know, nobody can be 100% certain. I think as the days unfold, maybe a week, 2 weeks, we'll know a lot more of the damage in Israel, what have we lost in Iran, all that kind of stuff. But I know for sure, my own personal assessment, that the Israelis miscalculated this. They did miscalculate. They're thinking that they wanted to apply this whole model of killing the heads of the government, much like what they did in Lebanon with Hezbollah. And I was watching actually very highly qualified Jordanian analyst that goes on Al Jazeera, and she indicated with emphasis that the fact that the Israelis took the old guard out, you know, from the head of the this or that in Iran, the new young people that have taken control are more hawkish, more qualified, more capable. And it's impressive how we see how Iran switched very quickly within 14, 15 hours, putting other people in place. So it's very unpredictable. This is dangerous, and I think there is a lot to be said about the cultural gap between people like Netanyahu, who is not from that region. His cabinet is not from that region. Those people don't really think. They think they can actually, the United States and Israel think that we could bring Iran to the table. They don't understand the culture there. They don't understand that whole region at all. I was in a Saudi notables, maybe business people, people from major tribes, and I was very shocked and surprised. And they're more Zionist. You know, I'm surprised if anybody here can actually comment on that or have any. There's just, you know, they don't mention, oh, Israel, we want Israel to win, but the animosity they have towards Iran is just mind-boggling. It makes my stomach turn when I heard these people. I you know, debated several times to go in and talk and tell them this is wrong, but I said, you know what, you can't change these people's minds. But one thing I want to conclude by saying that I've heard a few of you say, that America is not in. America is in. America is in. But the reluctance on the part of America to be visibly in is the pressure they have from the Saudis and the Emirates and the Gulf states. And I think if America is going to go in, maybe at a time when Iran is actually on the verge of actually breaking down, and they say, okay, we in Israel, we can't actually continue. We need you to come in. At that point, I think the Saudis wouldn't care, and they would allow their airspace. They would allow the American bases to go in. But right now, the Saudis and the Gulf states are scared, and they continue to talk to Washington and pressure Washington not to be visibly open about their involvement with Israel. But America is definitely involved. And you know, we all know the Zionist, not influence, but control of decision making in Washington. I mean, Trump himself can't make his own decisions, you know? So I'm going to stop here. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Just a gentleman, jump in. What's your thoughts?
Hello, can you hear
Yeah.
me? Okay, how are you guys doing? So Most of people that normally speak about what's going on, they have this emotional stuff in their voices. There's lots of things that they are saying, all of them are right, but there's a catch here that I haven't seen anyone speaking about that in the last 3 days in this space, especially right now. It's right now. It's not about whether if Iran can do something or not. Right now, it's more of a time race game. So the whole thing that happened actually was first, first of all, on the negotiations, there was absolutely blockage. Iranians don't have the nuclear weapon. All the things that they had, it's been, even by the report of the International Atomic Agency for the years, they have been allowing them to control everything, to watch everything, anything. So they themselves, even when they report to the Senate, you can Google it. They're reporting that they are watching Iranian supreme leader, so to see if he is going to lift his fatwa on which he issued in 2003 on ban or putting building of the nukes haram or forbidden. Now, what they can negotiate about in the negotiations is Iran actually going to let go of their enrichment, and if they do, is the US actually going to lift bans and all the sanctions? And imagine this, they have been under the most heavy sanctions in the entire world. Even North Korea is not this amount of, being under pressure. Yet they thrived. Their technology thrived, and they're building hypersonics, they're top at, I don't know, lots of things. Now, are they going to actually unleash them so they can advance in 4 or 5 years like dozen times, 10x, 100x, and make this entity much more stronger? Of course, they don't want. It's just play for the time. They try to kill the time and try to, attack each other on proxy wars and other things. Now, this time they had this blockage. They used Israel, right, to attack them. They didn't want to get involved. They just, go for the logistic, intelligence, everything, and even the types of attacks that has been going on, especially the drones and a lot of things. They are much similar to some tactics that CIA has been doing in other countries, especially Ukraine. This that they are, in this in the skin of this game, it's an obvious thing. Now, if you check the Trump after the attack, his words is like, very balanced, very bold. That okay, we gave them 60 days. There's that they had the ultimatum, but when Iran, reconstruct the chain of command and attacked back and retaliated, like very surprisingly, which is military wise, it was like a very surprise. You see that they totally changed their dialect, right? So they finally believed in hypersonic. Now, hypersonic is really important in this war. The whole thing, the whole emphasis should be on this. If you guys, I don't know if anyone is interested in history of wars, the war between Iran and Saddam is being taught in many military colleges. And what they have been doing in those 8 years was not reverse engineering, not trying to get advanced. They study what the opponent is doing and what they have, and they build whatever they have just to hack it. So we're on for 3 decades, 4 decades. They are fully building everything that they have just to counterattack their opponent, which is US and NATO. It's not like, let's say, Saudi or other countries. They want to expand in any wing. These guys knew that they don't have those resources. So what they do is just they put everything they have in something that actually works. Now, why hypersonic actually changed everything, you can see it from the tone of voice of Trump when he says that Iran and Israel should make a deal, and they will. And they made the deal that I made between India and Pakistan. That says a very, 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 very heavy thing. Like I think it was half an hour ago. There was a gentleman, Michael. I think he just mentioned this. The whole campaign that the EU is going to do in any country, let's say Afghanistan, they started it, or Iraq, it is going only and only via those naval, big, huge warships. Each of them worth like 10 to 15 billion. And I imagine how much, stockpile of ballistics, 3,000 people on board, and lots of aircraft and lots of other things. The truth is just, yes, they have anti-missile guns, they have laser guns, lots of things. But the fact is just, those systems are not as effective as Patriot, THAAD, I don't know, David, whatnot, Iron Dome, that you have them on the surface, underground. Now, definitely they struggle. They don't struggle. They just can't intercept the hypersonics. Now, how much a hypersonic missile is going to cost for Iran? They built it. The IRGC builds that themselves. They don't buy it from a third party. They don't buy it from private section. And they fully make all those things by the materials that makes them self-sufficient. They have the metals, they have everything built inside their own country. So the cost is just like close to nothing compared to all those crazy costs of the war, right? Now, if they are going to create a campaign against Iran in a direct attack, the only way is how it has been always, those US huge naval warships. And if they can't intercept, Iran doesn't need submarine, Iran does not need lots of very different, sophisticated to this war. Now, they retreated, and there was a time frame. That is what's important. They are not going to let Iran win, of course. Israel is not going to let Iran win and just submit, of course, right? What is the catch here? Israel right now is doing what they're actually the best: assassination and psychological warfare. Since 2008, 2009, I forgot the date. Sorry, guys. You guys can Google it. I don't know. Especially it was I think during the Obama, that they officially, back before that, it was used to
Gonna
be
interrupt you
covered.
just one quick second.
Yeah.
Is Sully here?
Yeah, bro.
All right. Yeah. No, I wasn't sure because I'm pretty sure the person's been going on for a while. I wasn't sure if he was still here.
Yeah, I was just about to interrupt him. If you could just land your plane, because it's
Yes,
long,
yes. I'm
been
going
a
to
really
finish.
long monologue.
Yes, I'll finish that. Give me a minute, Suleiman. So the thing is just like, now the whole game right now became a time thingy, right? The time that US is trying to figure out how to deal with Iran right now. If they have think tanks, everything, they have put all their things just to figure out how to counterattack this issue, which is hypersonics. On the other hand, Israel is trying to do with all those FPVs and everything. And aside from FPVs, they're doing assassination. They have like killed the head of the IRGC's intelligence and those stuff. Maybe, I don't know. There's still lots of other people that they want to assassinate through all the why all those, I don't know, they're spies, they're traitor, whatever that you want to call them. In this time frame, they try to assassinate as much as people that they can to kneel Iran, and Iran in the same time frame tries to launch as much as attack to hit their infrastructure. So, and US is trying to, in the meantime, find a way to counterattack. Who wins here and who makes the other opponent kneel? That is going to, determine what's going to happen. Right now, it's not a game of power; it's a game of time. Sorry, guys, if it's too long.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Appreciate you coming on, Space. Let's go to Kevin. Kevin, jump in.
Thanks, Mike. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Just want to make sure the audio was working well. So yeah, thank you for having me up here. Of course, the news in the last little bit is about United States Air refueling aircraft headed over to the Middle East. They've got assets being transferred now from Ukraine into the Middle East.
Kevin, your mic is really low. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I'll try fixing that. Let's see here.
Awesome. Thank you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, the news in the last little bit is that U.S. is transferring air refueling aircraft to the Middle East, and that they're transferring defense assets from Ukraine over to the Middle East. What I see is that this is a progression that's going on where they start by shooting down Iranian missiles coming in, and now they do the refueling for Israeli offensive aircraft. I think the direction that they're going in is towards a potential war with Iran by the U.S., which is really disappointing considering that Trump gave some credence to the possibility that he might listen to folks like Tucker Carlson, but it looks like he's more leaning in towards the Mark Levin, AEI type crowd. What I got to say towards that is that there's this question of, well, are they going to do a regime change? Are they going to do this? And it's like, and I'm looking at the situation, just like they're going to lose even if they try. Like the idea that the U.S. is going to take down Iran, Iraq style isn't going to work. I think obviously you got 91 million people in Iran. It's a far more hardened and serious country in terms of its military capability. And even Netanyahu admitted today that they have about 3,500 ballistic missiles still to go. So Saddam Hussein never had that. Additionally, what's going to happen is that in this situation, they're basically looking at creating another Libya, essentially. So there's the idea out there that everything's going to be okay if they just do their little regime change. That's the propaganda that a lot of these guys are promoting on the mainstream media right now. It's like, no, it's just going to turn into a large, disaster, essentially. And of course, that's what they want. They want to destabilize the region. Israel's the most destabilizing force there. And what's really troubling about the situation, I'll wrap this up, is just that my worry is that if the U.S. doesn't actually go through with it, and other Western countries such as the UK potentially being in that coalition, if they don't go through with it, my worry is that Israel's going to turn its covert ops against Western countries, just like they've been doing all this time. They've obviously killed U.S. Troops. They've stolen secrets from U.S., UK, etc. How do we know that they're not going to be the ones using nukes and then try to blame it on Iran? Try to say, oh, it was the Iranians that nuked the port of Baltimore. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they're pushing towards this direction of you're either going to do what we say or we're going to basically go Samson style on you, basically. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
So when you brought Mariah up,
Maria.
how are the bagels today?
The bagels are great. How are you guys? I miss you.
Did they taste the same in the bunker?
I'm sorry to disappointed you, Suleiman. I'm stuck. I cannot go back to Israel because there is no plane. They closed
Where were
Ben
you?
Gurion. I was on the way home, and now I don't have a way to go back home.
Yeah, I heard they blew up David Ben Gurion Airport. Where are you gonna land?
Oh, it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
There's
I guess the
yeah, no.
Palestinians get their land back, huh?
I don't know what are you talking about. Where is it?
Wherever it is you live, I guess your property's gone, huh?
I live in
Palestinians gonna take it
Israel.
over,
I live in Israel,
but you're not in Israel.
but I live in Israel. I'm on the way there when the war is
Yeah,
going to be over.
but it might not be over. It might go
Next
on for
week.
many weeks and many months. You might have to apply
No,
for another passport.
Might
I
be
just
over with Palestine winning.
next week it's going to be over, and
You think so?
Iranian
Next week?
regime. Oh yeah, I really
You
think
know,
so.
they evacuated a lot of the
What is it?
houses there.
What Israel's not going to exist next week?
No, next week we are going to win, and the regime in Iran is going to change.
Wait, why aren't you winning right now? What happened the last 2 days?
Oh, we are winning.
Oh, you're winning. All right,
Maybe
okay,
you are
tell me
watching too much of Jazeera, but if you are going to
what are you
open
watching?
different,
Where should I get my news from? What are you watching?
I'm watching Al Jazeera because I want to be
Well, Al Jazeera
balanced.
doesn't say that you're winning.
Oh yeah, that's the problem because you need to be balanced like me to open
I
other
gotta be balanced.
channels.
Sorry to mute. I haven't really spoken, so my apologies. Just one quick second. Is it just me, or when these people speak so arrogantly, I just feel like either they're really demented, or the government gives out secrets, like, yeah, this is the plan. We're gonna do this, and this. By the weekend, we're gonna be this far, and by the end of that week, you know what? We're gonna be completely at the end of the road, and this person's gonna. It's like they must be demented.
By the time you come out of the shelter, everything's gonna be over. We're gonna be what they say today. When you come out of the shelter,
No, you guys not hearing their voices. They so confident. Oh, it's gonna be over next week, and we're gonna win. And it's like, are you fucking serious?
No, we are winning right now. We don't need to wait to win. Maybe you don't know.
Yeah. How you feel? Like
Can you tell me how
One
can you tell me
one
how
last
you're
comment.
winning?
Sorry. I'm really sorry, Truth. Just one last comment. Are you sure you're winning? Because I remember hearing last night, coming from your Telegram channels, right? Pro-Israeli Telegram channels, talking about how you had stopped a preemptive, or you made a preemptive strike to stop a strike on you. And when you guys were waiting for the ballistic missiles that never came, you guys were celebrating that you had stopped the attack before it came. But then eventually, as time went on, as we all know, the attack did come. So that means that your government is clearly lying to you, because they bragged about
No, they don't need. No one lying.
your IDF came out and bragged about how they had hit missile launchers as they were preparing to launch, and there was going to be no strike. But that was
Well, I mean, Netanyahu even admitted that they have
So
3,500. So even if
when
they did hit a few
Guys,
of them,
there's
guess
just
what? Iran's got more.
breaking news, really quickly. So Iran just executed dozens of Mossad agents one day after they were caught carrying out acts of sabotage. This was by the Iran Observer. I'm trying to get some more information around it.
I
And
think they
so,
applied a Jewish law, right? That's how you treat
and
traitors.
Sally, I sent you a message
Of
that's kind of
war.
recapping everything.
It's straight capital punishment. That's good. Jewish law. Eye for an eye, right?
so when the
So
Iranian
Maria, you're
regime,
totally winning then, right?
yeah, I want to explain. So yeah, if you let me, please.
She's winning. She's winning so much that she decided to leave Israel. You guys, these are the true owners.
She's
They
tired of
flee.
I
winning.
don't know
She's tired
They
of
if that's
winning.
breaking
flee.
news right now too. Sorry, I don't
It's
know
too
if this is
dangerous
happening
winning.
right now.
Okay, so when
don't-
the Iranian regime send the missiles over
I got
civilians,
some breaking
they
news.
send
I don't know
like
if this
more
is happening
than
right now.
100 missiles,
There's breaking
and we
news.
were
Hold
able
on one
to
second.
take
One
down
second. Hold
Two
on.
all of
videos
them beside
saying
the
that
Oh my
four.
Wait,
God, Mariah, one second.
So yes, we have the best army.
Maria. Listen to me. She's telling you to just control yourself. Anti-NSA wants to give some news, and then she'll come back to you. You can tell us about your bagels and your coffee, which you've not had access to while you were in the what do you call it again? The bunker. But in the
Bunkers.
meantime, let's go to anti-NSA with his latest update. He might tell you something about your bunker, like because I had you're not getting information from the Israeli army every 1 hour and a half, and it was upsetting you, and you were getting a lot of PTSD. So anti-NSA, go ahead.
I thought it was Maze.
No, Maze was saying I want to go to anti, and she was like telling, but Maria wasn't listening. You see.
Sure, maybe this is an older video that's just getting released right now, about a ballistic missile hitting Bani Brak. You guys, I saw that on two different
That's been
channels.
leveled. That's the east part of Tel Aviv. They leveled it.
That's an old video.
There's nothing left to that neighborhood.
But I do actually have some breaking
That's
news, though.
Maria, I hope you don't
Wait,
have
that's
an
not Maria's
apartment.
neighborhood,
Guys,
is
I
it?
have to
I hope you don't have an
real quick,
apartment there.
guys. So they're actually still hitting Iran as we speak. In Kermanshah, Western Iran is still being struck this morning. There's a video out. I'm going to share it to you in a minute, Suleiman, so you can post it or do whatever you want.
That's exactly what we are doing. We are targeting only the facility.
Yeah, oh my gosh, man. I can't be dealing with it. Fuck me, man. It's like dealing with children. It's like dealing with a toddler.
It's fine. She's a Zayo. She's a Zayo. She's got the supremacy. You got to deal with it. Listen, you're a Goyim, so know your role. Maria, I don't know why this Gentile.
Sorry, let me give this just real quickly. So this is from Israeli National Security Council Chief. I can't even pronounce this right now. Sorry, I've not been to sleep, so I'm gonna say his surname, Hanagbi. I don't know why I can't speak this right now, but anyways, he says
that's quite anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
So that's quite anti-Semitic.
Yeah, sorry. We have not set the overthrow. I don't know who's wrote this, but fuck me, these people. We have not set the overthrow of the regime in Tehran as a goal, but we hope that will be a foregone conclusion. So that's from the Israeli National Security Council chief. Yeah, you guys can continue.
Maria, do you live in
Are you guys seeing the pictures of the embassy building that was damaged in Tel Aviv? Those are great videos. I'd like to post them for you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen them.
Put it in the comments, bro. But don't show Maria. She might get PTSD. So just like we gotta care about.
At the time,
I'm tough. I'm a tough
Sorry,
Jew.
Maria. I think I got it right. So it's Tazaki Hagnagbi. I think I got it. What do you guys think? Does that sound right?
Sounds quite anti-Semitic. Don't worry, Maria. I'll stop him from his anti-Semitism. So Maria, what was the area called? Beth what?
Maybe
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem.
Beit Brock. It's the east side of Tel. It's the
Beth
east
Brock.
side.
You haven't got an apartment in Beth Brock, have you, Maria?
Bethlehem?
She's saying she's from Bethlehem. You know where Jesus?
No, Bethlehem.
He asked me which Bethlehem we have in Israel.
No, it's Benai. It's Benai Brak. Benai Brak.
Benai Brak. You haven't got a place in Benai Brak, have you?
It's a beautiful place. What's happened in Bnei Brak?
She hasn't seen the videos.
Just like I don't want to break this to you, Maria, because you're in the bunker. Like I don't know if it's right to do so.
She fled, Sully. She's not in the. She's the true owner that decided
check.
to go back to Poland. Come on.
I'm Yemenite. I'm from Yemen.
Even the Yemenis don't want you. Nobody wants
No,
you.
I just been there in this space, and Munir invited me to Yemen to visit. Where Munir, you know, the Yemeni Munir. I have a lot of friends from Yemen.
Sure.
They invited me all the time to come and visit Sharab.
Really?
Yeah.
In.
Because my roots from Sharab, it's in Taiz.
Interesting.
In Yemen.
So Jews are welcome in Yemen.
No, we cannot. I wish. After the regime is going to change in Iran.
You just said you went to Yemen, and now you're saying I wish. See, she got confused.
I say that they
forget about the propaganda, bro.
They invited me. After the regime is going to change in
Guys,
Iran,
I just got a quick
I'm going to go to Yemen.
Are you?
No, she's an Israeli agent.
Guys, I'm really sorry. So I got a breaking news, right? So the IDF will announce an evacuation order for neighborhoods in Tehran in the coming hours. After that, the Air Force will demolish buildings similar to what Israel did in Beirut. So they're getting nasty now, and they're projecting their attacks and what they're going to do. If you're in Tehran,
this is our army. You see, we are signed.
I'm talking because we do have people that are probably in Iran listening. If you do have family in Tehran, take heed to the warnings. Please be safe. Try to get to a safe place if you can. And guys, let's pray for, you know what, to be honest, let's pray for the innocent people on both sides. Like, I'm a realist. Like, I know there's going to be innocents on both sides. I'm not going to sit and act like everybody inside Israel is a monster. You know, some people are a product of their society, whether we like it or not. And yeah, let's pray for innocents on both sides, guys, especially children. You know, if you ain't gonna care about anybody else at least care for the children because children are innocent and pure regardless.
Yeah, Isla is from Tehran. She's requesting to come up. I'm not praying for demons. You can say what you like.
So,
So yeah, Isla is
may I
requesting.
please say something about what you just say? Please, may I? So, do you see that the IDF asking from the people to evacuate it exactly like we asked from the Gazan people and in
No, it's not. Sorry, Maria. I'll let you finish, but I need to get this point in there. You're not supposed to be bombing. You're not supposed to be destroying these people's houses, even from your own objectives. Your objectives. You guys said. What did you guys keep saying? It's not about regime change. It's about taking away the nuclear option. Why are you targeting civilians? Why are you targeting civilian infrastructure? As a matter of fact, why the fuck did you bomb them in the first place? They weren't doing fuck all to you. And now you guys are dragging us all down. You're dragging us all down into the fucking mud, into the fucking sewer pit. Like, you guys are so fucking, it's crazy, man, how fucking mental you are.
Nathan, you don't understand. They had 2 nuclear enrichment plants in that apartment building in the hospital, dude. They had to bomb it.
Human shields? Are you saying they're using their own as human shields? Oh no. Maria,
this
you
is
use
not
human
true.
shields.
This is lies, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who
I thought it
put
was a
nukes
confession.
next to people and civilians? This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm so
Why is
happy
the
that
Mossad headquarters right in like smack middle of Tel Aviv around residential buildings?
he spoke
Maria,
about
like the way
nukes.
that you talk, it sounds like a parody of a Zionist. Like you don't even sound like a Zionist with conviction. You sound like a goober. I'm gonna be real.
This is the cream of the crop.
I'm a proud Jew and I'm proud
Honestly, guys,
Israeli.
these guys are
And
like drunk.
our
They're
army is
like
the best
autonomous.
army.
I'm sorry, Maria, but just listen, guys. It's like dealing with an autonomous drone bot. Just think about it. Honestly, when you run into these people and like they don't stop and they just keep going on and on, even when you try to have a conversation with them, like tell them hold up, stop, and they just keep going and going like they don't hear you. It's like a fucking drone, and that's what I'm saying. You guys understand the depth of this psychological manipulation that is done upon them. And that's why I don't look at them all as fucking demons. I look at them as fucking mentally possessed people who have been fucking brainwashed to fucking death. They've been brainwashed worse than everybody else. That's what you guys need to understand. That's why they're so extreme. That's the whole reason why they are so extreme, and that's why they have this selective morality or this schizophrenic morality.
Can we hear from Ayla, please? Is that okay?
I asked you to speak before I spoke.
I know, but I'd rather speak to someone who's moral. Ayla, can you tell us give us an update?
Yes, hi, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. So, I don't live in Tehran. I live in South, but my brother is in Tehran right now, and I talk to him almost every hour because I have lots of stress and I worry about him. Israel is lying like always. They issue warning and tell the civilians to leave some areas while they are bombing that area at the moment. They just want to keep the face in international communities to say, hey, we issued warning and we don't want to kill civilians, but they are killing civilians. But last night in my city, Israel tried to bomb the 2 areas in my city, Chahar Shir and Zaytun. So I understand Chahar Shir has lots of military bases, but Zaytun is completely civilian area. It's market, it's always populated. People are always there for buying or selling something because it's a very big market. Israel is targeting our civilian, and Elon Musk is trying to shadow ban me and silence my voice every day that I want to join the X. I should enter a code from my email, and they tell me you are locked for 2 hours, for 3 hours. I don't know why and what I said on X that is against the X rules. So Elon Musk is trying to silence the voices of Iranians who are living inside Iran. And Maria, let me tell you something. Yesterday in a Hebrew channel, I read that an entire Israeli family were died in the city of Haifa. I became upset. Normal people become upset when they see civilians are dying in wars. But you Israelis, you enjoy from killing the civilians in every country. I'm not happy that civilians of both sides are dying. But you people, you are psychopath people. You enjoy from killing civilians.
May I please answer to her?
Just keep in mind, there are adults that are either IDF reservists. They could be Mossad, Shin Bet, Unit 8200. All the adults are legitimate targets, so you don't need to feel sorry for any of them.
Hey,
Well,
I
there
think they're
were a
going
few kids,
after
but
AI
I mean,
people
Israel
as well as
started it.
scientists. Sorry, Kevin, one second. It looks like they're trying to target the people who are in tech, like the
After intellectual.
advanced.
Yeah, nuclear
Yeah,
scientists are the number one
exactly.
target.
Yeah, did you not see the
And
post that I done on it? On the one guy, I'll post it again. But yeah, they've always done this though. They've even if you look at the playbook, even in Gaza, right? This is what they've always done. They go after the leadership, not only the leadership of the so-called resistance or like the militant groups that they say they're fighting, right? They literally go after the civil servants, the doctors, everybody that can help you to run your society, to help you to manage a society. They literally go after them first. This is well
Yeah,
done.
the idea is destroy the civil society. So they go after religious leaders. They go after scientists. They go after like they don't distinguish between military and civilian because they consider the regime to essentially be a total system, and so therefore in a total system, everybody's a part of it. Everybody sustains it. Everybody pays taxes. So therefore, they're all valid targets. And then when people in the West start paying attention and start asking questions, what do they do? What do they do? Well, they say, "Oh, well, we have like a gay pride parade or whatever." Or what did Netanyahu say today when he was asked, a question by even CNN, which is Zionist media, when he was asked something slightly critically? What does he say? He makes up some lie about Iran trying to kill Trump to try to appeal to MAGA because he knows that MAGA is losing, support for Trump over his blatant, hypocrisy on America First. So what do? They always deflect. But then you look at the domestic propaganda, and what is it? What's the track for Israeli consumption? It's these guys are animals. They're subhuman. They're lesser, and we need to either take them over or we need to rule them essentially.
The first
By
thing
the
she
way,
said when she said,
real
"I
quick,
would
Anthony,
like,"
one sec. So Bash is requesting. He's also from Iran. So is Carl. He's in Israel. A
I
couple of
just thought it
requests.
was so disgusting the way she said.
Sorry.
At least Israel asked
One sec,
the people in Gaza.
NSA, one sec. Sully, are you here? Because I can't see any requests. So if he is requesting,
Yeah, don't worry, bro. I got the space. Don't worry.
Do you see my
Yeah, I
hands?
just
Because
I can't believe the way she said, well, look, it's what you said before. Israel, they asked the people in Iran to evacuate just like they asked the people in Gaza to evacuate. And to have those words just roll out of her tongue, is that the same way
Hey,
the
Mariah,
Nazis asked
you're
the
aware
Jews to
that
evacuate?
they told all the illegal settlers in the West Bank to evacuate too, right? So there's
There you go.
700,000 Israelis that could be targets, just so you know. Maybe you have
We
some
should get
family
some
there.
pamphlets to
Yeah, how
draw.
do you feel about that? How do you feel if it's your house where you say, "Hey, you got to leave now"? How would you feel there, right? But it's okay if they're non-Jews, I guess, right? So
Wait, Kevin, who
no,
said it's a
we
house?
believe that the life is more important. So the house can be destroyed, but you still gonna survive. So
yeah, then why are 50,000
house is
Palestinians
nothing. What
dead
is
in
a
20
house?
months
We
Wait,
minimum?
so
need
it's
to
okay to
worry
destroy
about
someone's
life
house?
and not
Wait, that's
about
why it's okay to
houses.
make people homeless because they'll
No,
survive?
I didn't say that. What's happened
You
now in
just said
Israel
that.
is
You just said that.
what's happened now in Israel and what's happened on October the 7th. It's the same situation. We
Yeah, but
lost
the Jews killed
houses
other
and
Jews on
people
10/7.
died on
Why
October the
did the
7th
Jews
in
kill other
Israel.
Jews on 10/7? They invoked the Hannibal Directive.
Ma, what?
Well, you know that could
You
be
I
forgot?
happening.
Yeah.
didn't hear you because you were
Wait, you don't
talking
have an
together with
I
me.
answer?
said Jews killed other Jews on 10/7. Did you forget? They invoked the
I'm
Hannibal
sorry.
Directive.
What are you talking
Yoav
about?
Galan admitted over
You're
900
just
aerial operations
creating
were
your own
carried out.
stuff like always. I
Wait,
know.
are you calling Yoav Galan a liar? Are you
Who?
anti-Semitic now?
Who?
Yoav Galan, the ex-defense minister. Yoav Galant.
Wait, what do you mean who? Aren't you supposed to be like some Zionist with 30,000 followers? How do you not know who Galant is?
No,
Like, I
because of
feel
his
like
accent.
guys,
I couldn't
you're
understand
like a
what he was
midwit.
saying.
Wait, how do you
quickly
pronounce it?
though, Just real quickly though, guys.
Yoav Golan.
I'm sorry,
Yo,
sorry. Just guys, try not to dogpile on her. If you guys like want to have a conversation with her, do it one at a time. Don't like everybody jump in at the same time because it's.
dude, she's OnlyFans girl. They like being trained. So no, I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
I just want to address one thing, Nathan, if you don't mind. So when this person decided to enter, the first thing she said is that she's going to go back when the regime changes, right? She mentioned that. So